Today at the Rabbit's Den, it's high-tech robots, hip-hop styles, and urban street art with Quicks and Devil Toys, Teq63 with ONIMARU Deluxe set. Welcome back everyone to the Rabbit's Den. I'm your host Marco, aka Rabbit, and today I have something special for you guys. I have here Quicks, and that's Quiccs, and Devil Toys collaboration Teq63 action figure. Now for anyone who doesn't know who Quicks is, here's a little backstory. His real name is Juanito Maiquez, and he is a toy designer and as well as a graphic designer based in the Philippines. He is a member of the artist collective group called Pilipinas Street Plan, which is a community of street and graffiti artists in the Philippines. His toy line, aptly named Bulletpunk, are mostly high-end, limited edition designer figures, whose looks and feels are along the lines of cyberpunk themed and urban street style, which is actually has an entire lore and a story around it that I'm really looking forward to get to know more. He has won several Artist of the Year awards and have collaborated with other high-end designers, which help his brand gain even more popularity. And Quicks, if you're watching this review, I would love to meet you in person. With that said, let's get into this review. First, a quick look at the box. Now, as I mentioned, Quicks does limited edition pieces, and this set is no different. This is actually limited to only 199 pieces worldwide. So I feel really lucky having this amazing set. And huge shout out to mechabeach.com for having this and awesome customer service. Right off the bat, we see the insert with this reflective silver paint on it. Outline of Teq63. It says 112 scale, new Bulletpunk universe, ONIMARU Deluxe set. And right on the bottom of it is Quicks logo. Same thing on the upper left corner here. It pretty much just shows his background on street art and graffiti. Lower left, Devil Toys logo, Teq63. And I love how the Devil Toys logo and the 63 part is in gold foil. Same thing, says 112 scale, new Bulletpunk universe on the bottom. Right on top, just the Teq63 again with the gold foil. Right on the side, same thing. Teq63 on the upper left corner, Devil Toys logo. On the back, pretty much same information. Again, the Teq63. Their social media. So if you guys want to check that out. And some warning and choking hazard stuff. On the bottom is Quicks logo again. So yeah, that's it for the box. Now let's look at the figure. Now Quicks' design are heavily inspired by Japanese kaiju robots and mechs, and also the US urban culture, which includes hip-hop and street graffiti of mostly the 80s and 90s, the era in which Quicks grew up in. Now this figure here is Teq63, which is Quicks' flagship character. You'll see a lot of inspiration of robots, hip-hop, and graffiti art on this figure itself. There's also some subtle Filipino hints to show his pride of his heritage. Now the name Teq63 is derived from, according to Quicks, tech as in technique, to do with art details, methods, and technology, and the number 63 is actually the country code of the Philippines, so that's the first fun fact about this figure. Now Quicks actually deemed Teq63 his Mickey Mouse to his Walt Disney. Now starting with the head sculpt, you can already see the influence of a mech or gundam right on it. From the dual antennas and the mohawk style top right here, which is very true to any Japanese robots. The face itself is Teq63's signature skull plate, so when you see this face on a vinyl or action figure, you know it's Quiccs work. You can see the little details right on the helmet, and right on top right here, right in between the antennas, is actually the Bulletpunk logo. And I love the little red highlight on the top here. Also some hints of red on the side right here. And again, 63 as the country code for the Philippines. Now looking at his clothes, you can definitely see the inspiration from the urban hip hop culture. Right on top, he's already wearing a hoodie. Again, right on the corner here, he has the Teq63 name. On the side, Bulletpunk logo again. On the back, country code 63. It says right on the bottom, Pilipinas street plan, which again is Quiccs group. Bulletpunk logo on the side as well. And just to add realism to it, he has working hood ties right here where you can actually pull and adjust the hoodie. Unfortunately, I don't think it goes over the head, so that's a downside to it. And it has a working zipper that you can zip down. And you can actually take this off, but it's locked down on the bottom right here. And right, he has a t-shirt that says Bulletpunk right on it. So that's pretty neat. So you can have him a different look by taking off the hoodie. Also, you can see on his hand, he has robotic hands. Not much detail on it, or I should say not much paint. But that's pretty cool. And he's wearing Teq cargo pants, pun intended, which is beautifully done with all the white stitches. And he has multiple pockets, which I believe are real pockets. So, let me see here. Yeah, so shout out to Devil Toys for designing real pockets on this figure. I love the chain here, which was very style of the 90s, because I myself wore one back in the day. Usually this connects to a wallet, but this one is just hooked on the back over here. Again, real pockets even on the back pockets. So that's his pants. And lastly, Quiccs has been a huge fan of Adidas, and it's only natural that he uses them on his toy design. And because of his perseverance and popularity of his design, he actually caught the attention of Adidas and has actually made a partnership with them, also designing shoes and merchandise for the brand. So it's only logical that he uses one of their most iconic shoe in the hip hop and break dancing culture back in the 80s. And to be honest, I think to this day, it's still a well-known shoe. That is this one right here. The Adidas Shell Toe Superstars. And that's exactly what Teq63 has. It looks exactly like the shoe itself. Even the iconic shell toe part of it. And I love even the bottom has all the design of the sole itself. And really sculpted really well. And of course, it has the Adidas iconic 3 stripes. So yeah, that's a look at Teq63. Now let's look at his articulation. Now as far as articulation, starting with the head, it is on a dumbbell. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's on a dumbbell joint. So you can pretty much move everywhere. Left, right. And also there's a joint on his bottom of his neck. So that's added articulation to as far as head movement. So looking down, he can do all the way down. I wish all action figures like this. And up, he can look all the way up as well. So I love all that movement and all that emotions he can do with just a head tilt. Right on the shoulder, he can do the T pose pretty much, and he can move forward that far, back that far. I'm pretty sure he can move 360 if he wasn't wearing the hoodie. I feel like there's a butterfly joint in there, so that's pretty cool. And I feel like there's a drop down on the shoulder. I'm not sure if you guys could see that. Elbows, double jointed elbows. There is a twist on the bicep, and the wrist is again on a ball joint, so it could pretty much 360. So you can move it whichever way you can because it is a ball joint, so slightly tilts up, down, left, right. And then on the waist, so it looks like he has a ab cut, so that's added articulation. So that's a separate articulation on the abs. And then on the waist is on a ball joint, so you can pretty much twist left and right, move side to side. And then on his hips, he can move forward that far. I'm pretty sure it could move back, but it's hindered by the pants. Double jointed knee, awesome. It does have a twist on the thigh. There's a thigh cut in there. And again, ankle is on a ball joint, so it can move up that far. Down not so much because it's hindered by the shoe sculpt back here. It could move pretty much 360, and since it's on a ball joint, there is tilt on it. So yeah, you can definitely make a lot of good poses with this guy, which I love so much. So yeah, that's articulation for him. Pretty wide range for this figure. Now let's look at his accessories that he came with. Now, as far as accessories, I'm not sure if you would consider this as an accessory, but I think this is more like a second figure in the deluxe set, and I'm loving this bike. This is his ONIMARU motorcycle. Now you can see it's pretty heavily inspired by the anime Akira, if you guys remember his bike. So it looks somewhat similar to it. I love the details on the exhaust here, which I'm assuming is titanium because titanium turns blue and that yellowish purple when it gets heated up. Again, it has a Quiccs name on the side here, Teq63 logo. I love the little hints of red similar to the figure itself right on the side here. Around the tire, Teq63. It has articulated handlebars that you can move up and down. Right on the dash here, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it has the Bulletpunk symbol on it. Some graphics on the panel on top, and that looks like on the bottom. On the bottom, it looks like a warning symbol. Right on the back, we see red taillights. So similar design on the other side. Teq63 Bulletpunk logo on the side here. I love how they painted dirt on the tires, front and back. It has movable footrest here and a movable stand. And also, if you notice, there's a battery compartment here. I haven't opened it yet because I think it takes those thin cell watch batteries. But what lights up is headlights on the front, and I believe the tail lights also light up. So yeah, that's ONIMARU for you. Loving this set together as I struggle to open his stand. I really love how it's Akira inspired. So they look great standing, or Teq63 looks great standing next to ONIMARU right here. Now he does come with other accessories. First is he comes with an alternate set of hands, open hands, if that would focus. So similar to what he has already, but more expressive and open. So he has a pair of those. He does come with a gun, so it doesn't fold or anything. I believe there is a 1/6 version of Teq63, and I believe the bigger one does fold in. The magazine is not removable. And right on the side, I believe it says FPC or FPG, if that would focus. There you go. FPC or FPG on the side itself. So pretty nifty, futuristic, cyberpunk type gun. So that's one. He also comes with a sword, which again, this is another hint of Filipino culture for you. This sword is actually called the Bali sword, which is based on a weapon from the Philippines called the balisong, or also known as the butterfly knife. So if you guys didn't know, butterfly knives originated, I'm not sure if it was invented, but originated in the Philippines and is still widely used as a weapon. If that would focus, as a weapon for people. So unfortunately, this one doesn't open, just like a butterfly knife. But I believe the 1/6 version does, so it opens and closes. So again, nicely painted, reflective silver, so I love that. Little futuristic details on the handle itself. You can see hinges, the faux hinges on the blade itself. So yeah, that's the Bali sword. He has, believe it or not, replacement shoes. I'm assuming this is also Adidas design. I'm not sure which kind of Adidas, but it's cool that he has a pair of those. So you can easily pop off the current shoes since they are in a ball joint. So you just pop it and then pop it inside here. As you can see the hole in there. And last but not least, he comes with his pet dog, aka Search, and that's spelled SRCH, Search Canine Unit. So again, very cyberpunk futuristic. The legs are articulated, so you can pretty much move this 360, and the knees are also articulated. that goes in front and back. I'll be careful because the joints are tight if you ever get this figure. The tail is also articulated, but I would hold it from the base since this looks like a really thin plastic. So I'll be careful in that one also. The neck, if you can hear that creaking, is articulated. So you can tilt it up and down, left and right. I don't think the ears are articulated, which is cool. And I love that hint of reflective blue as his eyes, or single eyes camera. So yeah, that is Search SRCH-K9 unit. Pretty nifty companion for Teq63. So now, as a surprise addition to this set, which makes it even more deluxe, all those accessories actually comes in a gold version. So we get another SRCH figure, same articulation, same everything, except I believe this is, they call it the Midas Gold accessory set. So pretty nifty. Also, the gun, same design, just painted in metallic gold. And of course, the belly sword. So that's all the accessories he came with. Now for some size comparisons. Here he is next to a G.I. Joe Classified Bats and G.I. Joe Classified Outback. Almost the same size, a little bit shorter considering that I believe this is more tailored for a 112 Asian sizing. So he's a bit shorter. Here he is next to Fortnite Nighthair and a McFarlane Batman Battison. So way taller. But I'm just gonna assume that Teq63 is a kid and he's shorter than Batman over here. Here he is next to some Mythic Legion, a Goblin, and Sir Gerard. Definitely tiny in comparison as far as body size. And here is next to some NECAs, a Hornhead Predator, way bigger than him, and a NECA Shredder. So NECAs tend to be on the larger scale, so he's definitely shorter than them. And lastly, as always, next to some Mezco 112 Collective Quiccs. And next to the Quiccs, he can definitely fit in their world. So that's it for size comparisons. Overall, pretty nifty figure. I'm not gonna lie. This gives me flashback of what I was into growing up in the 90s. From the big giant robot mech style head sculpt, to wearing hoodies and baggy pants, to wearing iconic street sneakers. This figure is a great mixture of old school urban streetwear and futuristic cyberpunk inspired character and storyline. And I really glad that I was able to grab this limited edition piece. The fact that I can relate to the inspiration behind the figure is a huge plus. And I'm really proud that Quicks added hints of his Filipino heritage in this figure. Hopefully one day, if you're watching, I want you to sign this action figure for me. This is actually my first figure from Quicks and Devil Toys, and I'm really looking forward to getting more of their action figures. That's it for this review. Let me know what you guys think. Were you able to grab this figure yourself? If you guys have any questions about this figure, make sure that you write them on the comments below. And as always, like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any future reviews from Devil Toys and Quicks. With that said, in behalf of Teq63, this is Rabbit, and I'll see you next time on the Rabbit's Den. Peace.